What is going on, everybody? We gotta talk about it. This is an important fight, arguably the most important fight, period. And oh my goodness, we just got a new member. As I'm talking, we just got a new member. Unbelievable. Let me go ahead and switch over right quick. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Boxing Fanatico, episode 79, as we continue to push towards episode 100. Now, this episode, this is a big one because we got to talk about something that's super important. First, though, I completely did not set this up for my man Ep.79. Gotta get this set up real quick. Hold on, let me make sure. There we go. We got to start off the show with the "Let's Go" chant from Ep.79, and I noticed in my last live I didn't have the audio on, so I do apologize. But we're going to make sure we get the Let's Get Ready to Rumble from Michael Buffer and that you guys can hear it. Here we go. Let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go. Now, first of all, thank you so much, Cool Dr. Money, for becoming a new member. And we do have a video that plays for whenever there's a new member. And here it goes. We're going to play it twice because I definitely appreciate somebody being a member. That touches my heart. We don't got a lot of members here, or we're starting to get them, but it is always fun. And now you got the Boxing Fanatico icons near your name. So that's always fun as well. Here we go. New member. Cool Dr. Money. Let's play that one more time. Thank you so much, brother. And hit the like button if you haven't, guys. My goodness. Yikes. Thank you so much again. Again, we really appreciate it. Thank you for coming in here. And we're going to have fun. We're going to talk about the things we're going to talk about. We're going to keep boxing alive, right? We're going to keep boxing fun and alive here on Boxing Fanatico. Adrian Domes, what's going on? Brother, what's up? What's up? Replicate Moth, what's up, brother? Anthony Murchison, how you doing, brother? How you doing? Let's go Fanatico, Viva Mexico, MX Pure Canelo. All right. David Morales, what's going on? What's going on, David? How you been, bro? What's good, chat? What's up? Guys, you can't ask me no questions about Undisputed. Zero. Can't ask me questions. I can't answer Undisputed questions on this channel. Only on the Undisputed socials can I talk about Undisputed. So if you want to know about Undisputed stuff, we just dropped a video. Go check out the Undisputed YouTube channel or the Twitter or the Instagram. Those are the only places where we could do it. Oh my goodness, did we just get, I know we didn't get 2 members in one day. That's impossible. I know we did not just get 2 members in the span of less than 3 minutes. That's crazy. Okay, all right, I see you. For some reason, it's not populating here. Okay, I see you, El Mexicano Hernandez. I see you. Let's go ahead and hit you with the member video. Let's go. We're not even going to be able to start the show, are we? Again, screw it. Twice. All right, David Morales with the let's go. Yo, this is crazy. All right, hit the like button, guys, if you haven't. It helps the channel tremendously. And the like button, that's 100% free. Just tap that like button, no problem. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about something really important. Let's talk about, first of all, David Benavidez had a spectacular night. Again, I don't like tooting my own horn, but it becomes impossible not to do that when we've predicted 11. I can't even put, my hands don't do it no more. Like I got, like maybe my feet, I don't know. I can't do it with my hands, right? Like I have to add 10 plus 1. We've predicted 11 fights, officially predicted 11 fights in a row here on Boxing Fanatico. What other, and the only way you could do that, this is truly the only way you could do that, if you're knowledgeable about the sport and you're unbiased. Because the truth is, no matter how much people don't want to admit it, they don't predict. They hope, right? They'll like a fighter, and they would want that fighter to win. So what they do is they try to put the energy out there to kind of manifest. That's what they do. They try to manifest their fighter, the fighter that they love, to win. But when you are completely unbiased and all you go is by analyzing the fight and trying to figure it out, that's how you could come to these really, we actually, overall on the channel, we actually have a really high prediction percentage, over 90% across the entire channel since its inception back in 2016. And that's crazy, but it's because it's not based off of who I like, who I don't like, who I wish would win, which most predictions from most YouTube channels, not trying to knock on them, but most predictions is from most YouTube channels is about who they like, who they don't like. It's not so much about who they actually are looking and analyzing to see who's going to win. All they'll do is they'll like somebody, they'll accentuate his positives, they'll look at the opponent, and they'll accentuate their negatives. But they won't actually see how things mesh and all that. So basically, yes, you the Bill Russell of predictions with 11 in a row. There's no other YouTube channel, no other social media, no other boxing pundit that has 11 predictions in a row. They just don't. We're only doing it here, and we're gonna try to go for 12 because we're not stopping. Obviously, let me see what the next fight on the list is here. Regis versus Haney is the next fight on the list. We have Devin Haney beating Regis pro-grade tentatively, but of course we're going to do our official prediction the day before, as we always do. We got Poe in the house. What's going on? Appreciate it, my brother. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the membership. All right. Now, Benavidez did spectacularly. He did what I said he was going to do. He was going to keep pushing forward. His engine is insane. We've seen that in the copy box number during the prediction video. His engine is absolutely insane. There's no getting tired. While we do know that Boo Boo Andrade tends to get tired. He tends to get tired in the second half of the fight. I actually was shocked at how quickly Boo Boo Andrade got tired. I think in his mind he wanted to ensure that he was banking those rounds. I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, I watched the fight, and from the beginning bell, David Benavidez completely took over the fight. There wasn't even a minute that Boo Boo Andrade had in that fight." That is false. That is false. I was watching the fight live, and of course, I've rewatched the fight. I always rewatch the fight after the live to find things that, you know, I didn't see while I'm talking and engaging with you guys. The first few rounds, and even in the live, I said this, it was all Demetrius Andrade. There was barely anything that was coming from David Benavidez. He was holding his ground. He was getting caught a bit. He was blocking a few things. He was walking forward. He wasn't really taking a step back. He was weathering the storm, but he wasn't winning. He wasn't winning for round one. He wasn't winning in round two. You know, he wasn't winning in round three. Round three was questionable. It was from round four. No, round three I gave to him. So he didn't win the first two. I gave him the third one, and then the fourth one was all she wrote. After he dropped Demetrius Andrade in the fashion that I showed in the video, which was crazy, as Demetrius Andrade was in the center line, stepping back. If he's not doing that level change, you're gonna catch him with the lean back, step back. And that's what Benavidez caught him with, which, funny enough, Benavidez caught him with a level change deceptive overhand right, which is actually kind of crazy, right? He used Demetrius Andrade's own weapon against him to knock him down. Go watch that fight, the way he did that. He ducked down, and he threw it in a very deceptive way and caught him upstairs and dropped him. That's why Demetrius Andrade had his hands down and got caught right here. But he was really good. He was the monster. The reason he's the monster is because it's never ending and his pace is overwhelming. You're going to drown in his pace. We've talked about it. We talked about it in the prediction. His pace is at the level of the small fighters, but at the 168-pound limit. At the level of the small fighters, but at 168. He's in the top 10 in CompuBox, period, of all of boxing. He's in there with Inoue, with Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez, with Juan Francisco Estrada. He's not supposed to be. And he's super accurate on top of that. He's actually the most accurate fighter in the entire sport. He's number one. So if you're throwing a lot of punches, yet you have the highest percentage, that means that you are brutally accurate. You are in another planet in terms of how accurate you are. It's easy to be accurate if you're throwing a few punches, but if you're throwing a lot of punches and all of those punches are, and so many of those punches are landing that it gives you the best percentage of landed punches per round, that's crazy. So we knew that what was going to happen was basically going to happen. Demetrius was going to get tired. Benavidez was going to take over. Unfortunately, I keep it super honest here. Demetrius Andrade fought his heart out. Yes, he did. However, that doesn't mean that he did not give up on his stool, because he did. It doesn't take away from who he is and how much heart he has. But he gave up on his stool because he told them to stop the fight. And the moment he said, stop the fight, that's when one of his trainers, or one of his coaches, sorry, I have a little bit of cough. One of his coaches said, go ahead, stop the fight. So he said stop the fight, but I don't blame him, because it was just, there was nothing. He was being overwhelmed. He was too tired. He noticed that it just seemed like the Benavidez was gaining more energy, not losing energy. He was gaining more energy, throwing punches. Everything is landing. Everything is awkward. Everything is powerful. Everything is fast. Everything is fast, powerful, awkward, landing. What do? There's nothing to do. You're going to get stuck. You're going to get stuck, and that's what happened. Let me see if this could load up, man. I don't understand why this... this is so annoying. I'm trying to get this to load up, but it is not. Might have to kill it real quick and then bring it back up. Let me see. Hold on. Let me kill that real quick. Try to bring it back up. Get the chat back up here. Restore chat. Pop out chat. All right. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're good. Let's see here. Yo, no way that fight will be crazy. Yeah, absolutely. 100% be great. Have you just gone live? Yes, just went live at 7. Come on, everybody. Let's get more members for Fanatico. People, we can do better than just 2 members. He always makes time for us to keep us informed. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Glad you're back. Thank you, brother. I still think Benavidez needs to be in 175 weight, not with these smaller middleweights, honestly, man. Bivol and him or Beterbiev will be explosive. Those will be explosive fights for sure. Benavidez looked really good. Seems like he's taking it serious, and now hopefully he can get that Canelo fight. Okay, he couldn't recover. Yeah, 100%. So like one thing is that there's too much like black and white or no gray area when it comes to boxing. If you quit on your stool, you're weak. He's not weak, man. There was just no path. There was no path, and he knew, like, he fought in those rounds. He could have quit the previous rounds where everybody was looking at him, when doctors were looking at him. He went in to try again, and he knew that it was just getting worse and worse. He decided, I'm out of here. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm done. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm done. So he got out, and that's fine. That's fine because his health, like, he's not a robot, right? He's not a movie character for your entertainment. He's a human being that's getting battered in there. Boxer or not, he's a human being. So him deciding to quit it doesn't make me think any less of him. I thought he fought hard. He tried. And especially that round where he was getting beat up, but then he exploded with a combination. That was an inspirational moment just coming from him. It just showed that there wasn't a quit as he was in the fight. Let me see what you guys say. Canelo will never face David Benavidez. Canelo knows what the deal is. Okay, let's talk about that. Canelo knocks out that light heavyweight. Oh, man, you calling him a light heavyweight now? Come on now. I don't know. Who weighed more in the fight against Benavidez versus Andrade? Because I heard Andrade's rehydration was insane. Like, he rehydrated like 20 pounds or something. Quick question, off topic. What do I think about Carmel Moulton? It's too early to tell, but he was in that event too. But he was in the cars where you couldn't get the. Whoa! No way. No way. My man, Cool Dr. Money. Yo, what is going on? My man's in the shadows just doing memberships, giving memberships. Just gifted 5 memberships. He just get, my goodness gracious. Let's go. New member, as they're playing, this is gonna be playing. Wow. Nope, we're not done. My goodness. We got to give it 2 more times. 2 more times. 1 more time. Here we go. My man came in hot today, bro. Cool Dr. Money. Thank you so much, brother. Jesus. All right, let's see who got it. Hashim47, I know it popped up, but I couldn't pay attention. Nate, Anime All Day TV, So Gooda, and Shay. Wow, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, though, that performance didn't surprise me. I'm not hyped or up or down on David Benavidez anymore than I was prior. I think Canelo beats him. Okay. Let's talk. Why will Canelo fight David Benavidez? Now, there isn't breaking news, by the way, guys. There isn't breaking news. This is a conversation. Canelo Alvarez has no choice but to fight David Benavidez. He has no choice. At this point, the exclamation mark is too big. It was easier to dismiss it in the past, right? He has other things that he's trying to do, fight other people, set up different things. It was easier to dismiss in the past. You can't dismiss it now because David Benavidez has basically parted the sea, right? He parted the sea. Now is a perfect walk, a perfect path forward. Canelo can't dismiss the fight anymore. For people that are saying that he's not going to fight David Benavidez, well, who is he going to fight? I promise you that a Jaime Munguia is not going to be more salivating to Canelo than a David Benavidez. He won't be. He will not be. One thing that people are saying about Canelo Alvarez is that Canelo Alvarez is scared of David Benavidez. That he's scared. I don't think Canelo Alvarez is scared of David Benavidez. Historically speaking, Canelo has not ever had trouble with a David Benavidez-like fighter. After the performance he just gave, in my mind, it's the opposite. An explosive performance like the one we saw David Benavidez do against Boo Boo Andrade on Saturday is the exact type of fighter that Canelo Alvarez prefers to fight. The people that has given Canelo the most problems, Canelo, a dude with a solid chin. The people who have given Canelo the most problems has never been a David Benavidez type fighter. It has never been a David Benavidez type fighter. It's been Billy Joe Saunders, who is a boxer, who boxes on the back foot. Caleb Plant even though Canelo took him out, there was a portion of time until, Canelo started to hurt him that he was doing his thing against Canelo. Floyd Mayweather, right? Irislandi Laura, even Austin Trout. That was a close fight. Usually, the more technical they are, the more on the back foot they are, the more trouble Canelo has. Canelo doesn't have trouble with a guy that keeps coming towards him. That's the guy that he wants because he wants to fight in the pocket. He wants the guy that keeps coming towards him to fight in the pocket. And if he's standing right there and he don't got to chase you, then he don't have to use his legs to chase you. All he has to do is move his upper body. Canelo, to me, this type of fight just reinforces that this is the best fight for Canelo, even in Canelo's mind. The thing is, Canelo is the cash cow. So he going to fight all these different people and he's going to test the market, see what works. Does this work? Does that work? Let's see what happens because he's the cash cow. Cash cows always let the best fights that are really good, that could work, marinate a little bit before they actually pull the trigger. But after Benavidez beat Plant and Boo Boo Andrade, there's really nobody else. There's really nobody else. Now, could he fight Jamal? Sure. But he will be chastised for that, and he knows it. And he won't make nearly as much money as if he would have fought David Benavidez. Will he fight Jaime Munguia? He could, but he'll be chastised for that. Let's not forget, guys. The last Showtime pay-per-view bout, technically, was David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. However, they still held on to Canelo for the final two fights. Why? Because they paid that man a lot of money. They paid him over $100 million for 3 fights. You don't think that one of those fights, they're going to try to use a fight to get their money back? Yeah, that fight is going to be the David Benavidez fight. Now, my prediction has always been, oh yeah, the card was phenomenal. ASAP TV, the card on Saturday was phenomenal. It was a phenomenally set card, and then everything lived up to the hype. Every single fight. The Matias fight, Lamont Roach with the upset, with the knockdown at the very last second to clinch the win because on the cards it was gonna be a draw. The Jose Benavidez versus Jamal Charlo fight showing how the inspirational way that, Jamal fought to show that he still got it. And then the main event that stole the show. So, this type of fighter is the type of fighter that Canelo. Yo, that's wild. This is like the third live in a row that this has happened. This is crazy. Now I feel weird about this watch. Anyways, the type of fighter that Canelo likes is David Benavidez. The amount of money that he's going to make with David Benavidez is insane, and he knows it. They'll do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. Did you hear the crowd? How hyped they were for Benavidez? It's going to do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. If Ryan versus Tank could do over 1 million, the cash cow being Canelo with just Jermell could do 700 and something thousand. They can do over 1 million with David Benavidez. A fight that's been brewing. So a lot of diehard fans are going to watch it. And a lot of casual fans are going to watch it. And if it's in the Cinco de Mayo weekend, that's also going to elevate. They want to watch boxing during that time frame. So that's going to elevate the viewership. And it's two Mexicans going up against each other. That's always been a powerful selling tool. Oscar De La Hoya versus Julio Cesar Chavez. Like those things, Barrera and the other dude, I forget his name, the dude that fought Manny Pacquiao, Eric Morales, right? So those things are selling points, right? Getting Mexicans to fight Mexicans, that's a selling point. It makes financial sense for him to do it. And now he could do it in a way where he doesn't have to fight Andrade anymore. Because here's the truth. As much as people are clowning Boo Boo Andrade, I think it would have been a harder sell to have Canelo fight Boo Boo Andrade. If Boo Boo Andrade would have beat David Benavidez, now you telling Canelo, yo, here, Boo Boo Andrade instead, who's going to make you less money, who's going to be much trickier because he's going to be harder to hit, and who's going to be moving on the back foot throughout the entire fight. This is your new option. He would be more hesitant to want to do that fight. Not because he's worried about Boo Boo Andrade, but because he doesn't want to deal with that type of a fight for less money, and he just doesn't want to deal with that. So I think that if Boo Boo Andrade would have won, it would have been more likely that Canelo Alvarez wouldn't have wanted the fight. But because Benavidez won, I think that this is the fight that Canelo Alvarez wants to make. It is the biggest money fight that he can make. I see no reservations or no reasons for him to be reserved. When people are like, look at that kind of performance. There's no way Canelo fights him now. It's like, what are y'all talking about? These are the guys he likes to fight. That's the guys he likes to fight. Now, granted, let's also keep it super real. That's the type of guy he likes to fight. But he has never actually fought a person as potently aggressive as Benavidez in his pace and in his accuracy. So it will be a very compelling fight if they actually do fight each other. I don't know who will win. I am currently leaning towards, believe it or not, Benavidez winning against Canelo Alvarez. However, as I keep analyzing them, as I keep watching and doing things in preparations for the official prediction, which normally happens the day before the fight, I don't know until then for sure. I am leaning Benavidez, but I don't know for sure. And the only reason I'm leaning Benavidez is because there are certain things that Canelo does bad that can fall into the hands of David Benavidez. But David Benavidez is the type of fighter that Canelo likes. If Canelo can take that pace and deal with that pace and make him miss, which is hard to do when he's the most accurate fighter in the world, but if he can somehow make him miss while being in the pocket, while being in close, and land those powerful body shots, this is going to be a war of attrition because you can't hurt Benavidez, and it's very hard to hurt Canelo. He's fought big guys, And he's only been hurt in his entire career once. And you could argue that when he got hurt, he was incredibly weight drained. You could because look how far up he's gone, and that was at a lower weight class when he got hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother, Jose Angel Cotto. So his Miguel Cotto's brother rocked him once. That's the only time we've ever seen him hurt. Only time. So essentially, Canelo got a granite chin. Benavidez got a granite chin. Canelo got granite body. Benavidez got a granite body. Canelo hits powerful. Benavidez overwhelms you with multiple hits. And that chops you up. The war of attrition. Who's going to win that? Right now, as I said, I'm leaning towards Benavidez winning. But that's not to say that Canelo can't win this fight. And I haven't made my official prediction yet anyways. All right, hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick. I think Canelo going to vacate. Nah, he's not going to vacate. He's not going to vacate. Because it will look glaring and he will give up an opportunity. First of all, if the fight is for undisputed, that heightens the stakes. That's more exciting. It will be glaring if he vacates out of nowhere when he hasn't in all this time, when he fought to become undisputed, he hasn't vacated. It'll be glaring. And who else is he going to fight? He ain't. He's not going to fight somebody else. He's going to fight Benavidez. Because that's the most money to be made. And he wants to make the most money. And guess who else wants to make the most money? Guess who else is going to be persuading him to fight Benavidez? Showtime. Because they also want to make the most money. Canelo Benavidez is a reflection of GGG Canelo. One is exiting his prime, and one is entering his prime. Now it's Canelo's turn to perform while exiting his prime. Oh, that's an interesting take. We'll have to wait and see. Sometimes when people are exiting their prime, they still win. Floyd Mayweather was exiting his prime for many years. He still won his fights. Let's see if Canelo could do the same. I think Canelo is still good. I don't think he's as people say, oh, he's losing his skills or whatever. He's not the Canelo from before. I still see the same Canelo from before, the same skillful, intelligent Canelo from before. People have off nights all the time. And Bivol is a technical master. It was going to be too hard to beat Bivol for anybody, even a Canelo. The same way it was too hard to beat Floyd Mayweather when Canelo fought him. Bivol is a technical master. He was just going to be too difficult for Canelo, period. And those technical fighters are the fighters that he has the most trouble with. He will fight Benavidez, people. He ain't ducking Canelo. And also, yeah, this is a big point. Who has Canelo ever actually ducked? And you can't, and this is don't gaslight when he has to fight somebody else, and whoever he picks, you say he ducked the person he didn't pick. Don't do that. They did that for years with Floyd Mayweather. Don't do that. Like, don't use that as a trick. Be like, yo, have 3 people in your back pocket. Whoever he picks from the 3, say he's ducking the other 2. Because that's how people mind logic work. Oh, you fighting Caleb Plant, but you ain't fight Benavidez. But y'all wanted him to fight Caleb Plant and Benavidez. So what do you expect him to fight Caleb Plant and Benavidez at the same time? My man has fought everybody. Floyd Mayweather, Gennady Golovkin, Arislandi Lara. These are beasts that people avoid, and he's fought them. Right? So Caleb Plant, like, the dude fights everybody. He doesn't duck. He doesn't actually duck. Billy Joe Saunders. He doesn't actually duck people, but people just put that narrative there because that's what they want to do. To belittle him or whatever, they want to do that. But he's so big, he's basically fought all these people. The only person he's missing to fight right now is Benavidez. Unfortunately, Benavidez eliminated Andrade from the equation. So the only person is Benavidez. He's going to fight Benavidez. Trust me. There's no reason why not. The stars have aligned. With this performance, it heightens the expectation for the fight. It eliminates Boo Boo Andre, so now he could focus more on Benavidez. It makes him comfortably fight Benavidez without people saying, well, you didn't fight Boo Boo Andre, because Benavidez eliminated Boo Boo Andre for him. That's what happens. That's why he tells people, yo, why I gotta fight everybody? Why don't you fight this guy and see who wins and I'll fight the winner? That makes a lot of sense. People flip that and say, oh, he trying to get them beat up and then be beat to a bloody pulp. What are you talking about? They're professional boxers. Every fight, they're going to win and lose and get a beat up, not get beat up or whatever. That don't mean that he's trying to beat them up like this is some movie. He just doesn't have to want to fight every single person and do everybody's job. And everybody just gets the Canelo sweepstakes for free. It's like, bro, beat this dude or you beat him so that when I fight you, they don't say I'm ducking him. And so that when I fight him, they don't say I'm ducking you. Because that's what people do. Canelo don't want no smoke. Crawford is next for Canelo. I think Munguia and Benavidez. Then that winner gets Canelo. Crawford is next. Crawford is next. I don't think Crawford is next. I don't know if Crawford will be even considered. Hopefully he is. I would love for the final fight to be Crawford, the third fight. But I'm hoping that the prediction of May that we set a long time ago that he would fight Benavidez in May, because you're in the let's not forget, they're in the same promotional company, for crying out loud, and there's only two big stars at the exact same division, one that just had spectacular performance. What are the chances that everybody in the PBC are not working around the clock to make this fight happen? With both fighters in their stable. What are the chances? They're very slim. They're very, very slim. My man said, tell him Tenchu. Imagine squaring up against Nello too. Yeah. I mean, he going to be squared up against Canelo Alvarez. But like being squared up without using it effectively is dumb. A lot of people are squared up, but they're just squared up to be squared up. Benavidez is squared up with a strategy behind it. Now, it's going to open him up more, but he's going to have to weigh the pros and cons of how to engage with Canelo Alvarez while being squared up. Cool Dr. Money, man. We love this guy. We love this guy. Facts. Canelo somehow finds a way to cut the ring off against technical fighters. Yeah, he finds a way, but those are the fighters that tend to give him the most issues. If you've ever watched like all those fights that he's had, the Lara fight, he'll win, he'll edge it out, but they give him the most issues. He wants you to come to him. He wants you to come to him. Music to my ears got me calling you Tenchu again. My man's hilarious. Bud stuck with Spence fight. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's another thing, right? But the next fight can't be Bud also because we got to look at even from the Bud perspective, he has to fight Errol Spence, and I think they're trying to make that fight early, sometime in the early next year or in Q1 of next year. He's trying to get that fight over with. If anything is flipped, King of 47, is Benavidez, then Crawford for Canelo. If David doesn't get Canelo next, he should move up to fight Bivol and Arthur. I think he said that he's willing to move up to fight Dimitri Bivol if he doesn't get the Canelo fight. I think that's what he said. Why would PBC do that to themselves? It'll be the third fight most likely. But why would it have to be the third fight? You could make it the fight in May, and if anything was to happen, you could get a rematch and get the money twice. You can make it the third fight. If anything happens, I mean the second fight. If anything happens, you make it you do it for the second time on the third fight, and you can make more money. Or you could open that up for some possible fight with Terrence Crawford. to make more money. If Canelo wins, then a Terence Crawford fight will be very lucrative for him. If he loses, then a Terence Crawford fight could be lucrative for Canelo as well. Because it's like, they could do the whole narrative of, oh, now he lost, now look, he's not that good or whatever, but is he good enough to beat Crawford? Is he still that good? That could still be a narrative. Now, that opens Crawford up for a Benavidez fight, that's for sure. And I don't know if Crawford would do a Benavidez fight because maybe Benavidez would be too big for him, but that definitely would open Crawford up to a Benavidez fight. If Benavidez beats Canelo, Crawford moves up to that division, beats Canelo if he beats him, and then people will ask him to fight. They would ask him to fight Benavidez. Well said, Fanatico. Everyone who wants Canelo wants the big prize money, brother. It's all about the Benjamins. Yeah, because it's a sweepstake, right? Canelo is part of the sweepstakes. Tank has a sweepstakes. If you fight these guys, you're going to get paid. Probably the most you've ever gotten paid in your career. So people like Jamal over here trying to upset the apple cart and be like, oh, I want Canelo. It's like, Jamal, you did good, man. You did good. But stop. Calm down. We don't want you fighting Canelo and wasting one of the 3 fights. He already fought your brother, right? That's it. The Jamal fight, it's not going to sell. It's not going to sell more than a Benavidez fight. A Benavidez fight will get them over the $1 million buy hump. I promise you. It will get it over the 1 million buy hump for pay-per-view buys. Damn, yeah, Showtime has to make the biggest fight to get their money back. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, David Morales, they paid this man $100 million for 3 fights. And after his fight with Jermell Charlo, they closed up shop, which means they weren't too happy with those numbers. They were hoping for better numbers. So how do they recoup? Because they held on to him, which means that they see that they can recoup the money even after that performance. They held on to him. And they said, okay, we'll close down shop, but we'll stay open for 2 nights for pay-per-view next year. Canelo in May and September. We want our money back. So now they got to be strategizing to get the money back. There's nobody else that anybody wants to see Canelo fight other than Benavidez. Even Crawford, after that performance that Benavidez gave, has been pushed to the back burner in the public eye. Because the boxing fans or fandom, they have recency bias. We recently saw something so amazing from Benavidez, and he eliminates Boo Boo Andre for Canelo Alvarez, so he doesn't have to feel that media pressure of, oh, you picked Benavidez to duck the slicker fighter, because that's what he's going to get. It's like, nah, he beat that dude, so now he don't have to worry about that narrative. There's a lot of stuff that's cleaned up for Canelo to make this move. That's why, in my opinion, with the backing of PBC, with Showtime pay-per-view, trying to make their money back with Canelo, everyone will be clicking on all cylinders to get this fight to happen. Canelo knows that this is the big money fight. Canelo also now knows that he doesn't have to worry about the media pressure of not fighting Boo Boo Andre. It's all clear now. For those who are saying that he won't fight him because of the performance, y'all have not seen Canelo Alvarez. Y'all just using a good performance, and no matter what type of performance it was, there's no way that Canelo will fight him because look, he had a good performance. It's like, nah, bro. Canelo likes come forward fighters. I think they do the other Charlo brother. Then we get the fight November 24. By the way, UFC has May 5th booked in Vegas. Yeah, but if Canelo is not going to give up May Cinco de Mayo because he moves numbers on Cinco de Mayo. They will go head to head. He's not going to give up Cinco de Mayo to the UFC. He sold million pay-per-view buys in May Cinco de Mayo. He going to do Cinco de Mayo with Benavidez if anything, what you just said further emphasizes his want to have Benavidez there so that they can truly sell it and even maybe possibly bully the UFC to come off of that date, because that is going to be a very, very tough fight to go up against. A Benavidez Canelo Cinco de Mayo weekend fight is going to be a very, very difficult fight to go up against. Very, very difficult. And does Cinco de Mayo fall on Saturday this year? Let me see. Does that actually fall on Saturday this year? May 5th. Let me see. 2024. Let's see. Day. Oh, it's a Sunday. So it'll be May 4th. It'll be May 4th. Either way, close enough. The night before, close enough. So it must have fell on it last year. That's going to be crazy. That's going to be crazy. Might start giving up, start saving up for Cinco de Mayo card. And as in saving up because you want to go see the fight, actually go to it, King Juice. Let me see. Canelo versus David is better than Canelo versus Bud in terms of pay-per-view buys. Yes. Yes. I believe so. However, Bud has become a superstar. So I do think that for the third and final fight, if Canelo wins or if Canelo loses, he has a good backup in fighting Crawford to close it out and make a lot of money. Because Crawford has become a superstar after the fight. He's become a superstar after the fight. If it's 3-fight deal, then the third fight will be the Benavidez to renew or not. I don't know, man. I think it makes more sense for him to fight him in May next when everything is hot right now. The iron is hot. You don't want to risk Benavidez fighting again and losing. That can happen. Will it more than likely happen? No, but it can happen. People have cooked fights for too long and then somebody loses and then the fight is done. You don't want to risk that. He had a spectacular, you don't want to risk him having a lackluster performance where the person doesn't get knocked out, where it goes to the scorecard and it was almost a draw, but he just edged it out. Some people think the other guy won. Some people think he won. The iron is hot right now. He just won in spectacular, exciting fashion. That right there is a marketing tool in and of itself. There's no better fighter for him to fight in May than Benavidez. And I would not be surprised if when they announce his next fight, it's David Benavidez. Truly. I would not be shocked. Will I be super excited? Yes. Will I be shocked? No. Because it makes the most financial sense right now. It makes the most financial sense. Geddon's Gaming Corner, what's going on? I think Canelo going to fight Munguia, but then be out. I don't know. I believe. Why would he be out? He has to fight 2 more times. Geddon's. He has to fight 2 more times. Munguia is a DAZN fighter, so how's Canelo going to fight him? He could still fight him, but it makes more sense to fight Benavidez. It's all in-house. More money in-house. Money doesn't have to be split between, because Ryan Garcia was a DAZN fighter, and he fought a PBC fighter. But money is being split and things are being split. You don't want to have to split revenue. You don't want to have to split the money. When you could have a better fight that makes more money in-house. Think about that. What are the chances that he goes to a worse fight that will make less money and money's being split for the company that's setting that fight up? When they could go to a guy that makes way more money, not just more, way more money. It's already in-house. They already got him in the stable. And it's just easy to make for everybody involved. Because the money's just going to stay in-house. It makes no sense for him to want to fight Jaime Munguia and for everybody to be in his ear telling him, yeah, fight Jaime Munguia. No. I'm telling you, it's probably going to be Benavidez. It's almost like Canelo is cornered to fight Benavidez at this point. Not because he doesn't want to, but because the stars align so perfectly. It's a great matchup. Both are going to hit a lot. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Let me try to catch up. I'm going to have to skip a few down. See, I got over here. Try to catch up a little bit over here. Let's see. I got David. I feel like Canelo can't handle volume, endurance with power. How do you feel that? Have you ever seen him have to deal with volume? Bivol wasn't volume. Bivol was technical fighting. Even though people think that was volume and power, it wasn't volume, it wasn't power. It was just technical fighting. Have you seen him have to deal with volume and not come out on top with somebody giving him volume? The things that I've seen him have trouble with is not fighters that have volume. It's always been fighters who go on the back foot. Now, he's beaten fighters who've gone on the back foot easily, but the ones that have given him trouble throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Irislandi Laura, Austin Trout, were all back foot fighters. So I've seen him have more trouble with back foot fighters than he has with volume punchers. If anything, volume punchers that come forward is what he likes. That's what he likes. Because his feet, he don't have the greatest feet in the world. He has really good upper body movement. He has really good punch deceptive punch setups. He likes to be inside. So if somebody's already given that to him, he doesn't have to worry about using his legs so much. They're starting to call David a weight bully now, LOL, but he makes 68 with ease. I don't know. They're calling him a weight bully because he's so tall. They can't imagine how he can make the weight. That's all it is. If Canelo fights Jamal next, that's literally worst case scenario in my opinion. Jaime Munguia is a better fight than Jamal, but nothing's a better fight than Benavidez. Because even if you look at Jamal, you go, okay, maybe Jamal. They're in the same stable. Is Benavidez in the same stable? Yes, he is. Oh, damn. All right, well, Jamal can make this much money. Can Benavidez make that much money? Yes, way more. Way more. Probably double it. Oh, damn. All right, yeah. Let's just do Benavidez. I'm telling you, there's no reason. People make it seem like it's a fight, after school fight in the backyard, in the school recess backyard area. Oh, meet me at recess, but he's scared. This is the guy he's really scared of. He's gonna beat him up. These guys are professional fighters. No professional fighter is actually scared of another fighter. Money is money. Money is money. If Canelo could just fight Benavidez, that's who he'll fight. If that makes the most sense financially. They're not dudes in high school trying to beat people up and one guy is scared and the other guy don't want to get hurt. And that's not what it is, guys. These are professional boxers that want to make the most money and maximize and optimize their finances. The best way to do that is to take the fight that makes the most sense. In-house, most money, period, super fight. All roads point to that, man. All roads are pointing to that. What is this? Wait, what did you say? It might sound crazy, but I don't know if Canelo's gonna be able to keep David off of him. David's just gonna keep pressing. Yeah, he is. I want to see a fight. That in that sense, I do want to see how the pace, how he will deal with that. But we don't have historical information to tell us if the pace has ever bothered Canelo before. Because if you were a come forward fighter, you played into Canelo's hands. I want to see what the pace and the resiliency and the accuracy of Benavidez, how that will factor into the fight with Canelo. That's what I want to see. Because he might be able to deal with the pressure, or the come forwardness of Benavidez, but maybe he can't deal with the fact that he's super accurate. And maybe he can't deal with the fact that he's super accurate and he doesn't stop punching. Or maybe he can't deal with the fact that he's super accurate, doesn't stop punching, and doesn't really get hurt. If you put all of that together and put it in a pot, is that too much for Canelo? Those things individually might not be too much, but if somebody carries all of those assets, is that too much for Canelo? That's what I'm curious. But there is no historical data to show that Canelo has had problems with just a person who's a volume puncher, or just a come forward fighter, or just a person with a granite chin. So that's what makes this fight interesting to me. But I still feel that, we don't really technically know. This is going to be one of my harder predictions to put together. But I feel like we won't really technically know going into the fight because we've not seen it before. And we know that anyone who's ever been aggressive against Canelo has lost. He's only lost to non-aggressive fighters. I'm not totally sold that David can be as sturdy a nail as Canelo. He's been dropped. I think the fact that David's engine doesn't quit plus his power are the biggest factors in his favor. Yeah, he's been dropped, but Canelo's also been rocked. And that's important. If you could get rocked and somebody is laser accurate, maybe they could put a dent. You never know. Nah, Canelo's going to let the fight marinate till September. Nah, there's no point of letting it marinate. The iron is hot right now. This is the point of the peak of this fight. Because are you going to have him wait until September to fight? Are you going to have him wait until September to fight? Or are you going to have him fight another person where it's not that big of a deal? He's going to fight another person and it's not going to be that big of a deal. So it's not going to be as exciting. Even if he fights David Morrell, it's not going to be as exciting. And what if he fights somebody like a David Morrell and then it's a close fight and it goes to a decision? Now you lost the excitement factor of what he just did to Boo Boo Andre. And he did it to Boo Boo Andre, which makes it even more exciting. You get what I'm saying? You run the risk of pulling some energy away from the fight going into September. When you know everything is set, the stars are aligned. He don't fight nobody else but you. You don't fight nobody else but him until May. And it rides the coattails of the performance he just had that we're guaranteed. We already know it happened. It was a knockout and it was against Boo Boo Andre. We got a perfect scenario for the excitement factor just from the marketing of his last fight to energize the fight even more, as opposed to running the risk of having him fight somebody else. I don't think that he's going to do that. I truly don't think that he's going to do that. Benavidez is the best Mexican fighter since Juan Marquez. Juan Marquez is actually my favorite Mexican fighter. And when I say that, I always got to let people know, I don't mean that he's the best. I don't think he's the best one. I just think that he's my favorite one because I like the way he fought when he was fighting. If I knew where the fight was gonna take place, for sure I already bought the flight tickets right now. I wish I knew if he was gonna fight in Vegas or Dallas next. He's probably gonna fight in Vegas for this fight. I would venture a guess he would fight in Vegas. You could not book your flights, but you could book your hotel. That's something you could definitely do because you could book a refundable rate that you could refund within 48 hours before the date of check-in. And I mean, that's what I did. Before Canelo versus Floyd Mayweather was announced, I knew that Floyd was going to fight in September and for that weekend. So I booked the MGM Grand. Luckily, he fought in the MGM Grand, but he consistently fought in the MGM Grand. So I kind of figured he was going to fight there. And I booked the MGM Grand way before they announced the fight. So I already had like the low price room. We didn't pay that much for the room because there wasn't an event attached to it. Yeah, no, I know he's been dropped, but he's still sturdy. He's still very sturdy. It's like Canelo. Canelo's been rocked, but he's sturdy. Floyd Mayweather's been rocked badly by Mosley, but he's still sturdy. Any fighter could get dropped. Any fighter could get hurt. But they're still sturdy. They could take punches. Hope You Are Right would be a beautiful fight just on hype. Yeah, man. I would love that. I'm late to the party, but man, I hope Canelo fights David next. Yeah. That's what we're probably going to see, guys. And we're getting a lot of viewers coming in here. Guys, hit the like if you haven't. And thank you for coming in. This is amazing. But please hit the like if you haven't hit the like. It helps the channel tremendously. People watch these videos on demand after the fact. So we want to make sure that, we elevate the video as much as we can in the search so people can find it and the Boxing Fanatical family could grow. Because we're trying to give you unbiased content here with the crazy accurate predictions. The crazy accurate predictions. Y'all already know how my predictions be rocking, bro. We on an 11 fight predictions. That's amazing. For content creators, that is an amazing clip. You're not going to find that anywhere. Nobody that probably was ever on an 11 fight prediction streak in YouTube content creator history. I'm probably going to stand on my 2 feet and say that because this is that difficult to pull off. Especially since most content creators are for a team PBC or team Top Rank, or they predict in a very biased way where it's always the people that they like as opposed to who would actually win. I wonder if David Benavidez can handle Canelo's power. Yeah. I wonder if Canelo can handle the blitz, the barrages from the accuracy and the pace from Benavidez. It's going to be a very interesting fight. A very interesting fight. Canelo did get rocked forever ago, but then we saw him absorb GGG's best shots like Majin Buu. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. He got rocked by somebody significantly less powerful than Gennady Golovkin. So Canelo getting rocked badly by Miguel Cotto's brother doesn't mean that he doesn't have a sturdy chin, because we saw him against Gennady Golovkin. We've seen him against much bigger guys from where he started from. Same thing with Benavidez. Sure, he got dropped, but we've seen Benavidez eat punches like nothing. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. Every time we normally end at 8 o'clock, but sometimes we go a little bit over. But thank you so much. Today was phenomenal. How many members did we get today? My goodness, we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, wait, 5, 6, 7. 7 members. Oh, I have it over. I don't even have to do I have it right here. 7 members in one live is just mind-blowing. Thank you so much. A special thank you to the Dr. Hold up, I got to find this man. Where is he? Cool Dr. Money, who came in here and went ham. He got a membership for himself, and then he gifted 5 memberships. And, of course, El Mexicano Hernandez, thank you so much for coming in and becoming a member again. Just because we had the super barrage of memberships, I'm going to do it. It's that amazing. I appreciate it so much. Of course, as always, guys, we're live every Mondays, every Wednesdays, every Fridays. The most accurate prediction channel. Oh, yeah, I think I can say that, right? I think we can say that right now, where we stand. I think we can say the most accurately predicting channel in the boxing YouTube world, right here on Boxing Fanatico. We go live Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and I will see you guys. Peace out, everybody. Thank you for coming out. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace out.